Hey, thanks for joining back to tune in to the video series that I'm working on. My goal is to do them with more regularity. The past couple weeks have been a little crazy. Today I thought that we would talk about the importance of self-examination. So I found out this week that a friend of mine from high school was diagnosed, and she's 38. I was 32, and most of the women that I mentor and I kind of work with through this process are under 40. So, being that it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, I thought that I would talk a little bit about the importance of self-examination. I don't remember specifically sitting there and saying, I'm going to do a self-examination, and yet I did find the cancer that I had myself in the shower. We had just gotten back from a week-long family vacation. It was awesome and crazy with two kids that were 3 and 18 months. That's how old our boys were at the time. And I just wanted to, it was Sunday night, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to take a long shower and regroup and get ready for the week. And I felt something, and it was like, I don't know, the size of a peanut, like really small on the left side. I remember thinking it wasn't there before. So I get out of the shower and I asked Sam to feel it, and I said, "What, does that feel weird to you?" And he said, "Yeah, I don't know, that doesn't seem like it was there before." So I immediately called my OB/GYN office and really pushed to get an appointment. And they weren't really worried or overly concerned, and they said, "You're really young." Again, I was 32, no family history, no symptoms other than being a full-time working, stressed out mom, on the go, busy. Occasional headaches, like just, I thought stress, tension, caffeine, those kinds of things. So immediately went into the OB. They did an exam and they said, you have dense breasts, you're really young, there's no history here. Let's just be safe and let's get an ultrasound and a mammogram done. So I don't know if you guys know, but the American Cancer Society current guidelines are that if your age is 40 to 44, you can choose to start having annual mammograms. They recommend ages 45 to 54 should have annual mammograms, and 55 and older should continue every 1 to 2 years. So again, remember what I shared, that most of these women that I'm talking to are under 40. So there is no process or system in place for us to be even thinking about going to get regular mammograms. And so the doctor that I saw, the gynecologist doctor that I saw, he looked at me and he said to me, "Don't let them tell you it's nothing." And in that moment, I was like, well, that doesn't sound right. And I knew in that moment something was up. So immediately 2 days later went into the screening, to the mammogram process, ultrasound process, and I sat in the waiting room while I watched women come, go, come, go, come, go. And I didn't have my phone because they make you leave it in like the lockers. Sam was in the waiting room because at that point, like I said, I had a hunch that something was wrong. The other thing about this is your intuition. So trust, I knew in that moment, even before I went to the gynecologist, that something was wrong intuitively. And so my point in this is that if it is you, or if you know someone in your life, that make sure that people are being diligent, make sure people are being proactive. And worst case scenario is you escalate something, you go through a couple tests and it's nothing, right? That's obviously the best case scenario. In our case, that obviously wasn't the case. And after the ultrasound, the tech came in and basically said, "This is highly suspicious. We think you have cancer." And I don't even really remember what happened next. I just said, "Can I go get my husband? He's in the waiting room." And they said, "Oh my gosh, yes, of course." Like, "Oh yeah, of course." So I remember walking out with them to get him. He was walking towards me, and I told him, they just told me that they think I have cancer, and he looked like he got punched in the stomach, like visually reacted and was like, "No, this isn't right. This isn't us. This can't be." So that started a series of biopsies, which led to everything else that I'll dive into more in the videos. And I remember leaving the office that day and there were ribbons out because it was September of 2014, end of September, beginning of October. And a woman went to hand me the ribbon and was like, would you like one of these? And in my mind, I was still super hopeful that I wasn't going to be that person who needed a pink ribbon, right? In fact, it's taken me years to actually embrace the pink ribbon. And those of you going through this, I know you can relate to what I'm talking about. And I said, no, thanks. I don't need that. And sure enough, 5 years later, you know, my little one, Connor, who's 6, calls it my mommy's favorite ribbon and is constantly drawing pictures of it for me. He has no idea what even happened yet. One day we'll tell them. And yet now we embrace the pink ribbon. And, you know, I share this for you, for people in your world that you love. Make sure that they're being diligent, escalate quickly, ask questions, be your own advocate. And especially since it's not even recommended until age 45, knowing that the other side of the statistics are that 1 in 8 women in their lifetime will be diagnosed with breast cancer right now. And so this is more of like a PSA today with this video. And yet, in light of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, my story, so many stories of people that I've helped, known, or are just starting this process now. Make sure that everyone in your world is doing self-examinations, taking care of themselves, and we'll dive into more later. If you have things you want to know about, don't forget to email me or you can comment below, or you can email me, and I'll talk about whatever is relevant, whatever's going on. Thanks. Bye.